Okay. That's right. I'm really excited. We are here again to talk to the amazing and incredible Mae Jackson, Dallas County Constable Precinct 1. This incredible young lady is going to take over the Dallas County in an amazing way because she's got not only the ticket that you need, but she's got an incredible history behind her that is just extraordinary. And we're going to talk about it right now. This young lady, you would be amazed some of the things that she has done. How are you? How are you feeling again today?
I'm feeling great.
Yay!
Feeling great.
Your energy is always amazing. It is absolutely outstanding. I absolutely love it. So many things that you've done. Let's talk about some of those things. Your history.
Okay, my history is I hold a Master Peace Officer license. I'm also a certified peace officer, certified instructor, certified special investigator. I started out my law enforcement career as a police officer. Well, let me back up. As a dispatcher in Cockrell Hill, Texas. So from Cockrell Hill, I attended the academy and was a Cockrell Hill police officer for maybe 6 months. I moved on to the Dallas County Sheriff's Department, was a deputy there for 7.5 years, where I worked in the jail. Now, working in the jail, that's an experience. You meet a whole lot of people, and that's where I learned how to deal with people, was in that jail, and gained a lot of respect. So after I left the jail, I went to the bailiff section, in the court section. So you begin to begin to know how the court system runs. After the court sections, there were people that were really just watching me, and they said, you know, you should come up to the district attorney's office because we need somebody like you. So I moved to the district attorney's office, was there for 26 years.
Wow.
So I worked on all types of cases: death penalties, murders, robberies, rapes, DWIs, assault, just every kind of case you can think of. And after that, I was promoted to the deputy chief investigator. Now, I'm the first female that has ever been appointed to that position in Dallas County.
Wow.
So I have team management skills. I have administrative skills. I manage a team of investigators, 75 investigators, 30 support staff members. And we all just made it work. That's what I mean when I say we as a team. So I also manage 5 different task forces. So I can name a few of them. There's the Drug Enforcement Task Force. There's the Immigration Task Force. There's the Gang Unit Task Force. Identity Theft Task Force. IRS Task Force.
Wow.
So there's so many, I just can't name every one of them. But I was over our annual budget of $2 million. And our vehicle fleet, I was also over that.
Wow.
So for me to be the constable in Precinct 1, this holds a lot that will, and I hate to keep using the word enhance, but it will enhance that precinct so much.
Talking about enhancement. And so we start right here in Dallas County, Precinct 1, and we try and get this community to come together.
Correct.
Bond together. If we could just start right here in this place. And what are some of the things that you would take, the togetherness that you've got? You've been over so many things, 7.5 years as a deputy, starting out as a dispatcher. How are you going to take some of those tools of the years because when I tell you that's a lot of work, a lot of hard work. I don't know if anybody else can say that they've done something like that and been so successful. How are you going to take all that success and throw it on the table for Dallas County Constable Precinct 1?
Well, I'm going to pull all my resources together, the knowledge that I have gained through my experiences, and just put them all together and lay them out on the table and go from there. That's all I can do. With the respect and the compassion and integrity that I have, just use all of that to make it work.
Everything that you've done, and I know that's not the end of it. There's so much more, and I'm going to let you continue.
You know, I want to talk about the youth too, because I want to implement some,
yes,
you know, the best ideas and programs for the youth and educate them also, because it starts with the youth. You know, when our youth, when they see police officers, and right now, some of them, they don't have any respect for them because of what they see on TV. Now, sometimes you can see it out in the community too, how our officers act. And I'm not going to, try to downgrade any agency, but we all know what's going on. So, the office that I take hold, Constable Precinct 1, those deputies will be professional. They will be courteous to the public. They will be courteous to these youths. They will go into the schools, even myself, go into the schools, talk to the kids, explain to them, okay, this is what an officer is. This is what a constable is. This is what a deputy does. Give them something to look forward to say, well, one day I may want to be a police officer or a constable or a deputy constable. Something like that.
I also want to talk about, you talked about youth programs for the youth. We see the youth with their pants hanging down. And listen, we don't want to judge anybody here. We're not here to judge anybody. We get it. What are some of the things, the programs that you would bring to the community for the youth? For the youth.
I would have an internship for them to be able to come to the office and just not to be able only to learn about constable stuff, but I would take them down to the district attorney's office. They could see how the court system is run. I would take them to the juvenile department, let them see how that's ran. Also to the forensic lab, even maybe if some of them, to see maybe autopsies. I mean, this is real life out here, and they'll get the chance to see where like marijuana is analyzed, like where guns are analyzed at the forensic lab.
Field trips.
I
love it. I remember police officers coming to the school and they were talking about the DARE program, but had I been able to actually go and actually see a police department when I was a young girl, I probably would have become a police officer. I probably would have been so enticed.
Yes.
Because first impressions are everything. Being that young,
yes.
I would have loved it, Yeah, no, I probably wouldn't have wanted to be in the backseat of a police car in any capacity. But
me either.
Right. But I'll just say support you. But especially when it comes to the youth.
Right.
And making sure that they see something different. Because a lot of times they don't see past the county of Dallas.
Right.
They don't get out.
Some of them do not even get past their neighborhoods. They go to school and back home.
That's it.
Now this is what I'm finding out a lot, and that is true. And they'll say, well, I never been out of my neighborhood. You want to get those kids out of the neighborhood and expose them to something so they'll be like, well, I can go to college. I can do that. I can be a forensic person or a gun specialist.
That's it.
Or back again, a fireman, a policeman, any of that stuff. I can be a prosecutor. I can be a defense attorney. All of that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I can do it all. I can do it all. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. One of the things that kids say all the time is we're scared. We're scared of cops. And I think that if we allowed them to see a different perspective of what officers really are, that they are a safety zone.
Yes.
That they are a helpmate.
Yes.
They can help us. I think that one of the things that we can do to change that is by getting someone with great leadership like yourself into a position like that.
And that's what I was going to say. The leadership.
The leadership.
It starts from the top.
That's it.
And it goes down.
Here in an amazing office, an amazing view, beautiful people all around the room. But we are here focused on one amazing young lady. She is amazing and extraordinary. You know how I do. I'm going to wait to save the extra words for later. She's not ready for you ready for the extra? Because I make up word. Fabtabulous. It's just not nothing is just extraordinary to me. It's extraordinary.
All right.
So we kind of make up words sometimes. But she is an absolutely fabtabulous woman. She holds it down for the Dallas County and beyond. She is the beautiful and amazing Miss May Jackson. That's right. Dallas County Constable Precinct 1. I'm really, really excited about it, and it's going to be an extraordinary and amazing opportunity. Let's talk about what we've got going on here in Dallas County with you and everything. Let's talk about it. Go ahead.
Okay, for me, I have going on. I'm a candidate for Dallas County Constable Precinct 1. My name is May Jackson. I'm so excited. I'm ready to move forward with the precinct to give them positive leadership. Leadership is something that's lacking in Precinct 1 right now. So positive leadership would be very, very essential for this movement to take place. Change is also something that's needed out there. Change, and for the community, I'm challenging you, accepting the challenge for change. We need that. We don't need to do the same old with that precinct out there.
And one of the main things that you spoke about, and that's what everybody is talking about, is moving forward for this new forward moving thinking movement. Everything has to change in order for things to change. But one of the things that has to happen is we've got to get the people to understand that the change has got. That's one of our first challenges. I say us is because we are a community and we stick together and we've got to get this done together.
That is correct. And I have a philosophy on that, on togetherness. We as a team.
Yep.
And if you look at it as by a team concept, I'm just going to say this right out. Like A is for always. T is for together. E is for everyone, A is for accomplish, and M is for more. So if you read all of that together, it says always together, everyone accomplishes more. And we as the community-based law enforcement agency and the community can achieve our goals by working together.
Now, I'm glad that you said law enforcement agency and working together. One of the main things that we are wanting to do right now as a community, as a government, is to bring community and government law enforcement together. What are some of the ways that you, Ms. May Jackson, can bridge those gaps that are so ever present right now?
Bridging the gaps between the community and law enforcement. It's going to take the community also to understand they have to be educated on the law enforcement side of it. And the law enforcement side of it has to be educated on the community side of it. When I was at the district attorney's office, there was 56 different agencies that I had to work with. So all of those agencies I have bonded a relationship with already. So that would be something that would enhance me also to take to the constable's office to be able already have the, the different, not personalities, relationships with those people and agencies just to bond together.
Amen.
You have like Dallas Police Department, Dallas Sheriff's Office, Lancaster PD, you got DISD. All of these, everybody's always fighting against each other. But if we get the people together, get the agencies together, and we should have like town hall meetings.
Amen.
Stuff like that to bring the people out so they can ask questions. Yes.
Absolutely. I love it. You talked about some problems and some solutions and now some ways to get there, some town hall meetings. I love it. What is one of the first things you're going to do when you get into office?
It has to start at the office. It's kind of like home. You have to take care of home first. So I'll go in and take care of the office, the staff, educate them on things. If my deputies need training, send them to training, get what they need, give them the tools and the resources that they need to perform their job. And then we'll work our way out to the community.
All right. I love it. I love it. I love it. Starting at home first. I love it. That's the way to work. You clean your house first, right? Well, you're supposed to.
Yes.
If you're not cleaning your house first, there's a problem. If you're going out cleaning everybody else's house and you're not cleaning your own first, we got an issue right there. You got to start at home first. That's
yes.
right. I love it. 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 One of the things you talked about is support. I know that you cannot do this on your own. You have an incredible team of we that makes this happen. Let's talk about some of your amazing staff.
My staff, like my photographer.
Woo! I love it.
My photographer follows me around everywhere I go.
Gotta love them. Gotta love them.
Yes, I have an absolute outstanding graphic person.
I love it.
Her name is Cheryl Malone.
Woo.
Yes. And without Cheryl, it's not possible.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes. I got maybe 5 or 6 other people that's out in the community, just, boots on the ground, as you call them, passing stuff out, which is really great because I can't be everywhere at one time. So I'm excited to have my team. It's not a big team, but it's an effective team.
And that's sometimes what works.
Yes.
That's what we can control it a lot better. And not that it's about control, but you can, you can do what you need to do sometimes a lot more if your team is a lot smaller. That's why we say keep your circle small, everybody. It's a smart thing to do,
Yes.
I know that there's going to be a time when you're going to have to say, listen, You're gonna have to put the hammer down. Listen,
Yes.
this is how it is. Are you
Yes.
ready? Are you ready to do that? Lay the hammer down and say, listen, this is how it is. This is what it is, and this is what we're going to do, and this is why we're going to
Yes.
do it, and this is why I'm so passionate about the city of Dallas.
Yes, I'm ready to lay the hammer
I
down.
love it.
It's like, I'm Mae Jackson and I'm ready for action.
I love it. I love it. She said it. I'm Mae Jackson and I'm ready for action. Scream it. I love it. Hashtag. Okay. Y'all better catch that. I love
better
it.
catch it.
They better catch it.
Yes.
I'm really excited for you. Why Dallas County? Why Dallas County? Why are you so passionate about Dallas? Everywhere. You could have went anywhere. There's so many places in the world that you could have taken all of your talents. But the city of Dallas, the county of Dallas is where you decided to be. Tell me why.
Because Dallas County is where I didn't grow up here, but I gave Dallas County 35 years
Man.
of my service. So working with victims, working with child victims, domestic violence victims, that's a lot. That's a lot. And my passion is domestic violence and child abuse, because those children out there, they need somebody to be able to come to and say, hey, this is what's going on in my household, or this is what's going on at my school. Can you help me? Or women coming and saying, this man is beating me up, or whatever that case may be in that household, and that's the resource for them to come to that constable's office, and I can direct them in the way that they need to go to be able to get the help that they need.
I love it.
Or some shelter to go to get away from this abuse.
I love it. Being a victim of domestic violence myself, and that being one of my platforms. In 2013, I was Miss Arlington, Texas Plus America. I love the title. I went for the Texas title. I didn't make it. I got first runner-up, and I got Miss Congeniality. Go figure. You know what I'm saying? They said, it was just the craziest thing. It was so funny because it was like better than winning the title. Miss Congeniality, really?
Yeah.
I'll take it. It was fun.
Also, I will bring to the constable's office integrity, accountability, trustworthiness, transparency.
Love it.
Transparency is something that when you get to these different agencies, they try to sweep stuff under the rug. I'm not going to sweep anything under the rug.
Not at all.
I want it to be out in the public and known. Hey, if one of my officers does something, no, we're not going to hide it. It's going to be out in the public. Community comes to me and say, well, this is going on in your office, and I think the public needs to know. There's nothing to hide.
Yeah.
Transparency is the best way. Honesty is the best way. Community, let's change this.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it together. Let's change it today. It's this incredible young lady, Dallas County Constable, Precinct 1, Mae Jackson. You've got to vote. The date is March the 1st.
Early voting starts February 16th through the 26th.
We want early
March
voting.
the 1st is the date. I need everybody to come out and vote. We need to make this change, and we need to make it now.
Now, if you are in Precinct 1, if you know someone that's in Precinct 1, don't make an excuse. I hear it all the time. Well, guess what? You can hear this message right now, and you know that by March the 1st, by February 1st, you need to start making your way to get yourself a vehicle, because it's going to be time to vote. So listen, who else would you like to give a shout out to? I know there's so many people that have helped you. Is there anyone else you'd like to thank today? And because I know they're all listening.
They're all listening, but I do want to give the areas that Precinct 1 falls in.
Please.
Yes. Okay, let's start with Lancaster. Lancaster, Seagoville, Balch Springs, parts of Ferris, parts of Combine, Pleasant Grove, South Dallas, South Oak Cliff. And there's a lot of people in South Oak Cliff. You guys need to get together and come out and vote.
Got to come out and vote. Pleasant Grove, South Dallas, South Oak Cliff, Lancaster, Seagoville, Ferris, Combine. If you are in any of those areas, or if you know someone in any of those areas, if you know of an elderly family, elderly couple, someone who can't get to the polls, volunteer your time. You've been thinking about tithing, tithe your time.
Yes, and you have Wilmer Hutchins also. Downtown Dallas, uptown Dallas. I believe that covers everything.
I love it. I love it. She has given us a plethora today. We're really excited. She's given us some problems, some solutions, some avenues to get there, and she has some incredible energy that's gonna take her all the way.
Yes.
So very, very excited. If you're in any of these areas, make sure you get out. Dallas County Constable Precinct 1, the incredible and amazing and beautiful May Jackson.
Yay!
Thank you so much for being a part of We Talk Radio. We truly appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Yay.
Yay.
It's been an honor and a pleasure. Kitty, We Talk Radio. Yeah.